In 2009, as many as 5.3 million people in the U.S. are living with Alzheimer's disease, according to the Alzheimer's Association. This graph from the Colorado Health Institute shows that in the year 2050, about 14 million people in the U.S. will be living with Alzheimer's disease. I have worked at a retirement home for almost 3 years taking care of the elderly who have Alzheimer's disease. My job is both physically and emotionally draining, and every day I take care of anywhere from 11 to 26 residents who are all in different stages of the disease. I know some of you here today have friends or family members who have Alzheimer's disease. The information I'm about to share with you is going to help you better understand the disease and the different stages of it. I'm going to tell you about the 3 stages of Alzheimer's. The 3 main stages are mild, moderate, and severe. The first stage of Alzheimer's is the mild stage. The Mayo Clinic says some of the symptoms of the mild stage are memory loss, lapses of judgment, and changes in personality. They often have a decreased attention span and less motivation to complete tasks. They have an increasing frequency to forget words or names during a conversation. Examples of these symptoms are putting things in very odd places, like they may put their wallet in the freezer or their clothes may end up in the dishwasher. They may ask repetitive questions or protect things of no value. When frustrated or tired, they can become extremely angry. They often substitute or make up words that sound or mean something like the words they have forgotten. The Fisher Center for Alzheimer's Research Foundation says this first stage lasts for approximately 2 years. The next stage of Alzheimer's is the moderate stage. According to the Mayo Clinic, some symptoms of the moderate stage are not being able to organize thoughts or follow explanations, and they often lose the ability to follow written instructions. Recognizing friends and family becomes a big problem in the second stage, and problems with communication worsen. Examples of these symptoms are they may put their pajamas on over their daytime clothes, or they may put their shoes on the wrong feet. They may think that their son is their brother, or that their spouse is a stranger, and they often forget what their address and phone numbers are. Because of problems with communication, challenging behaviors might occur, like paranoia, where they accuse people of stealing, or agitation, frustration, or anger that can lead to hitting, kicking, biting, spitting, and yelling. Urinary and fecal incontinence also occur during this stage. I often see this stage at my work when residents first move in. Most of them have troubles following instructions or simple commands, and they never know what year, day, season, or even time of day it is. Most of what I do consists of personal care and pericare due to fecal and urinary incontinence. I often deal with residents that are angry and combative, maybe because they are painful or because they are frustrated and don't know any other way to express themselves. Most all of them need some assistance with getting dressed, and some of them need assistance with all care. Finally, the last stage of Alzheimer's is the severe stage. According to the Mayo Clinic, the symptoms of the severe stage are rarely recognizing family members, almost always incontinent, and swallowing difficulties. They often lose the ability to walk on their own without assistance or sit up without some support. They usually can no longer speak coherently. People in this last stage need assistance with all of their daily needs. Examples of these symptoms are choking often, refusing to eat, falling all the time if they don't have help walking, and that most of the time they are silent because they have lost their ability to speak. Most of them don't have the strength to get angry or combative. At my work, I see this stage when residents are facing the end of life. The same pattern happens with every resident. First, they lose the ability to walk on their own without help. Then they start refusing their medications and refusing to eat, which increases weight loss. Then they start to have an increased level of pain, and most of the time they are admitted to hospice, family permitting. Once the resident is comfortable and pain-free, it doesn't take long for them to pass away. This part of my job is truly rewarding. So as you can see, there are 3 stages of Alzheimer's: mild, moderate, and severe. I have now given you all the information on the 3 different stages. I want to thank you for your time and for allowing me to give you the information on the disease that as many as 5.3 million people in the U.S. are living with.